The evidence of Bigfoot, myth or reality? For decades, the legend of Bigfoot has fascinated and mystified people around the world. Known also as Sasquatch, this large, ape-like creature is said to roam the dense forests of North America, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. While mainstream science remains skeptical, believers continue to present various types of evidence in support of Bigfoot's existence. From enormous footprints to controversial video footage, the debate rages on. In this article, we'll examine the key pieces of evidence that have fueled the legend of Bigfoot and evaluate their credibility. 1. The Patterson-Gimlin film, 1967. One of the most famous and widely debated pieces of Bigfoot evidence is the Patterson-Gimlin film. Shot on October 20, 1967, by Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin in Bluff Creek, California, this short clip appears to show a large, bipedal, hairy creature walking through the forest. The film has been analyzed extensively by cryptozoologists, skeptics, and scientists alike. Supporters argue that the creature's movements, muscle structure, and proportions are inconsistent with a human in a costume. They highlight the natural sway of its walk and the visible muscle definition as proof that it could not have been faked. On the other hand, skeptics contend that it was nothing more than an elaborate hoax, possibly involving a man in a gorilla suit. Despite numerous investigations, the true nature of the Patterson-Gimlin film remains uncertain. 2. Enormous footprints. The legend of Bigfoot is largely built around the discovery of massive footprints in remote locations. Tracks measuring up to 24 inches long and 8 inches wide have been found across North America. The first widely publicized discovery of such tracks was in 1958 in Bluff Creek, California, the same area where the Patterson-Gimlin film was later shot. While some tracks appear highly detailed, including dermal ridges and toe prints, others have been exposed as hoaxes. In fact, Ray Wallace, a construction worker, admitted before his death that he had faked several sets of footprints using carved wooden feet. However, some researchers argue that not all footprints can be dismissed as fakes, as some show anatomical details that would be difficult to replicate convincingly. 3. Eyewitness testimonies. Thousands of people claim to have seen Bigfoot over the years. These eyewitness reports come from hikers, hunters, campers, and even law enforcement officers. Many describe a large, bipedal creature standing between 7 and 10 feet tall, covered in dark hair, and possessing a strong, foul odor. Skeptics argue that these sightings can often be attributed to misidentifications of known animals, such as bears walking on their hind legs, or even hoaxes designed to gain media attention. However, some encounters come from highly credible sources, making them difficult to dismiss outright. 4. Hair and DNA samples. Another form of evidence frequently presented by Bigfoot enthusiasts is hair and biological samples believed to belong to the creature. Over the years, multiple hair samples have been analyzed in laboratories, with mixed results. In most cases, DNA testing has revealed that these samples belong to known animals, such as bears, deer, or other wildlife. However, a few studies have suggested that some samples contain unknown DNA sequences that do not match any known species. Despite this, no definitive proof has emerged linking such samples to an undiscovered primate. 5. Strange sounds and vocalizations. Numerous recordings of eerie sounds have been attributed to Bigfoot. These include deep growls, howls, whistles, and even wood-knocking noises. Some of the most famous recordings were captured by researchers like Ron Moorhead, who recorded the so-called Sierra sounds. These vocalizations appear to be a form of complex communication that some believe could belong to an unknown primate. While some experts have analyzed these recordings and determined that they are not from any known North American animal, skeptics argue that they could simply be misidentified animal calls or even fabricated sounds. 6. Photographs and videos. Beyond the Patterson-Gimlin film, numerous photographs and videos have surfaced over the years claiming to show Bigfoot. Many of these images are blurry, grainy, or distant, making it difficult to draw any definitive conclusions. One of the most famous modern photos, taken in 2007, known as the Jacob's creature, shows what appears to be an ape-like animal in the Pennsylvania woods. Some claim it is a juvenile Bigfoot, while others argue that it is simply a bear with mange. Many other photos and videos have been dismissed as hoaxes or misidentifications, leading skeptics to question the validity of such visual evidence. 7. Bigfoot and indigenous folklore. Long before Bigfoot became a mainstream phenomenon, indigenous tribes across North America had legends of large, hairy humanoid creatures living in the wilderness. Different cultures have various names for these beings, such as the Sasquatch, a term originating from the Coast Salish people, the Sonaqua of the Kwakwaka'wakw people, and the skunk ape in the southeastern United States. Many believers argue that these ancient stories lend credibility to the existence of Bigfoot, suggesting that such creatures have coexisted with humans for centuries. However, skeptics point out that folklore and mythological creatures are common across all cultures and do not necessarily indicate real-life creatures. 8. Scientific skepticism and the lack of physical evidence. Despite the various forms of evidence presented, mainstream science remains unconvinced about the existence of Bigfoot. The primary reason is the lack of a physical specimen. No body, bones, or fossil evidence has ever been discovered. Without physical proof, Bigfoot remains classified as cryptozoology, a field that investigates animals whose existence is unproven. Scientists also point out that if a species of such large primates existed in North America, there should be more concrete evidence, such as scat, remains, or clear photographs. The absence of such data leads many experts to believe that Bigfoot is more myth than reality. Conclusion. Mystery unsolved. The legend of Bigfoot remains one of the most enduring mysteries of modern folklore. While some evidence is intriguing, much of it is either inconclusive or debunked. Whether Bigfoot is a real, undiscovered species or simply a mix of hoaxes and mistaken identities, the fascination with this cryptid shows no signs of fading. Subscribe for the more interesting info about Bigfoot. For now, the question remains: is Bigfoot real, or is it just a legend? Until definitive proof emerges, the search for Bigfoot will continue, captivating believers and skeptics alike.